Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Shopify dropshipping hacks and tips for 2020. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm super excited to share some of my tips and best practices to help you with your dropshipping store. A little bit about me and my background. I have run multiple successful dropshipping stores. My very first dropshipping store was in the women's fashion niche, and I operated that store for a couple years, getting it up to $30,000 per month in revenue, and up to around 50,000 monthly visitors, before selling that store for a profit afterward. And then from there, I went on to operate stores in various other niches, including home, seasonal, accessories, fashion jewelry, tech, and other niches. So we're going to dive in and talk about some tips that you can implement in 2020 to help make your dropshipping store a success. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what's the point of this video, and what's the point of tips and hacks for dropshipping in 2020 anyway? Well, the goal is to improve and get better over time. So we do that by refining our processes, trying new things, experimenting, and really constantly improving to help take your store to the next level. So what's going to be different about 2020 compared to 2019? Mostly marketing. As we move into 2020, you're going to find some new marketing methods that a lot of people aren't talking about just yet. These are very effective, and it's great because since a lot of folks aren't really diving into these ways to market their dropshipping store, you're not going to have as saturated of a market as, say, Facebook ads or Instagram influencers. And don't get me wrong, you can still pursue those two marketing avenues in 2020 and beyond, but if you find a new marketing channel that is just as effective or better, that will cost you fewer marketing dollars, why not take advantage of that, right? Okay, so tip number one is going to be about diversifying your marketing. And I'm going to name a couple different ways that you can market your store. So we talked about Facebook ads and Instagram influencers. You can also do Instagram ads, which you'll set up through Facebook to target Instagram only. You can do Google ads. You can do Snapchat ads. You can do Twitter influencers. You can do Snapchat influencers. You can do TikTok influencers, and the list goes on. So don't be afraid to dive in and experiment with this. I recently started looking into Twitter influencers after a big store in one of my niches I kept seeing appear on Twitter over and over and over again after doing some market research. And let me show you what I did. All right, so when I want to do market research on a competitor, I'll head over to SimilarWeb at similarweb.com. I'll type in the website here and get as much information as I can from that. So let's take a look, and I'll give you an example. We'll take a look at Black Pods, and I think that is how you spell the name. Maybe not. Let me check. Give me a minute. All right, so we're going to take a look at another example. We'll look at Palace Rings. Okay, so after you type in the website name into the search bar, you can get a really great snapshot of some data and analytics on the store. And there are other tools that you can use along with this, but I usually always start at SimilarWeb. So you can see where most of their traffic is coming from. Here it's from search, which is really great. It means that their site is optimized for search. You can see how much organic traffic they're getting and what keywords they're ranking for, where they're strongest in social media, which is Instagram, and more info below. And some sites also show traffic estimates, which is pretty helpful. So when I did market research for this company I was looking at, I noticed that their top social driver was Twitter. So I went to Twitter, and after noticing that they were appearing so much on Twitter, I went to SimilarWeb, and then it confirmed that Twitter is their top social driver. So I head back over to Twitter, and I'm looking to see what they're actually doing. And so with that, I uncover a strategy that they're using to drive sales, and it was basically through Twitter influencers. So they would create a tweet on Twitter, and then they would pay a Twitter influencer to retweet it, and then the retweet would cause thousands or tens of thousands or more views, retweets, comments, likes, and that really helped the social proof. It helped them get sales. So that is something that I am experimenting with. So that's just one of the different ways that you can market your store in 2020. Don't be afraid to look into things like Snapchat ads or Google ads, and there are some ways for you to get some free vouchers as well. If you do a bit of research online, you can find out how you can get vouchers for Google Ads credit and other different ways for marketing and promotion for your store. Okay, so tip number 2 for 2020, faster shipping times. If you're drop shipping, you may be using AliExpress as one of your suppliers, or other Asian companies like DHgate or others, and you know that they have notoriously slow shipping times. Even their e-packet shipping time takes about 10 to 14 days or so. So in 2020, it's going to be all about faster shipping times, and one of the things that you can do is on AliExpress, you can opt for their US suppliers. So I'll show you what I mean here. Here I am on AliExpress, and I just typed in sweatshirt. So what you can do from here is you can click ship from and pick United States. So it will filter and only show you the results from US shippers. So this is great because a lot of these guys will use USPS and other ways to ship to the US, and it'll help your customer get their order a lot quicker than e-packet and other shipping methods. So use US shippers, US suppliers for faster shipping times, and you can also experiment with using other kinds of suppliers outside AliExpress. So you can test and try that for the purpose of improving your shipping time. Okay, so next, tip number 3. For 2020, it's all about creating a brand. So what does that mean? Creating a brand is going to be about creating a vision, an entire entity for your company. So that can include things like having a professional logo, having the same or similar appearance on all networks. This includes social networks as well as things like email. You may consider getting a professional email, so no more Gmail email addresses. You want to use a domain email, which is going to look like something like sales at and then yourdomainname.com or hello at yourdomainname.com, something like that. You'd be really surprised how something as simple as a professional email address will really help you stand apart. A lot of customers will look to see how professional a store is before they make a purchase. They're going to look to see if you have a professional email address, if you have a way for them to contact you, and other things that they really drill deep on your site. So investing in a professional email is not expensive at all, and it's something that really makes a world of difference, and it will help you in creating a brand. All right, tip number 4, this is going to be the last one for this video. It's outsourcing. So outsourcing means that you are going to delegate tasks that you do for your store to other people. This will help you save time, improve your time management. It'll help you run a more streamlined and seamless store. Take it from me, you definitely want to get help before you think you need it. And outsourcing tasks mean that you can delegate tasks that maybe you don't like to do to other people. So you know that they get done right and quickly, and they don't get pushed to the bottom of the totem pole because you hate doing it. So some places you can go to get help include freelance job banks like Upwork, Freelancer, social media like Facebook. There's lots of different places where you can get help online for your store. Now, what kind of help do you need? It can be anything from order fulfillment to customer service, sourcing new products, your store design, as well as advertising and marketing, and the list goes on and on and on. Make a list of all the tasks that you do for your store and outsource it. So provided that you can still afford it comfortably and it makes life easier or makes it easier to manage your store, this is really super, super important. Okay, and so these are the 4 tips that I recommend for Shopify dropshipping for 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to get more content like this. We will see you in the next one. Bye.